Hi there, students. Latent, latent. Latent is an adjective, and we have the noun latency, the noun. But the noun is used for more things than just the adjective. Okay, so if something is latent, it's present, but it needs certain conditions, or it needs something to happen for it to become active, or for it to become developed, or for it to become obvious and open. So there were latent problems in the economy, and the recent downturn has caused them to become active. So these problems were present, but the economy was going well, and therefore they weren't a problem. But as there was an economic downturn, these latent problems manifested themselves. He has latent artistic talents, but he's never practiced. Yeah, if you try drawing things in pencil, for example, you get a lot better at it. So he has latent artistic talents. If he practiced and painted or drew, he would become much better at it. So latent, something that's present but not yet active, or it's not yet developed, or it's not obvious. The latent tension in the community exploded into rioting yesterday on the arrest of a young man. Okay, so latent, something that it's present, but it's not obvious. Yeah, it's not completely there. Okay, so latency. Okay, latency, the first meaning of latency is the quality of being latent, something that is dormant. It's present, but it's dormant. But then we also use latency, for example, with computers, with internet. The latency is the lag. So the latency would be you type something into your search engine and you press enter. And the latency is the time that it takes for the answer to come back. Or latency, the latency of a disease or a virus. A virus can lie dormant for a long time. Yeah, it might have a latency of various months. Okay, so latency. In electronics, the latency is the delay between the initiation of something and when it actually happens. Okay, and that's latency. So latency is a bit deeper. Okay, so if something is latent, it's capable of emerging or developing, but it's not visible at the moment. You can also actually have a latent fingerprint. The police were looking for latent fingerprints. These are fingerprints that are scarcely visible, but if you study them and maybe enhance them, you can get a print. Yeah, so a latent fingerprint. Yeah, it's something that's latent. It's present, but not evident or active. So his latent talent needs to be developed. Yeah, children have many latent abilities, and going to school is one of them. One of the ways to bring them out and stop them just being latent. Advertisements try to stimulate our latent desire to buy things. Yeah, or maybe they stimulate our latent insecurity by telling us that if we buy them, we'll feel much better. Okay, so latent. Yeah, something present. Yeah, but not active, concealed and inactive, but present and existing. Okay, so latency. latency, the latency uh, of something saying it's present, but very often the time lag between pressing the start button and something actually happening. So, your next question, how formal is this word latent? I think I'd probably give it 6.5 in formality. I think you could just about use it in an informal conversation, but I would say undeveloped or something like that. And let's see, this word comes to us from Latin through Old French. The Latin word latens or latentis, from lateo, to lie hidden. So if something's latent, it's an ability that's lying hidden within us. Okay, so maybe all babies have the latent ability to learn language. So enough. If you enjoyed the video, give it a rating, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now. Latent and latency.